at historic Midway State Park in Bumas Point, New York. Just about 45 minutes away from Erie, Pennsylvania, and with convenient access off Route 430 and easy access to I-86 New York 17. Here we are at Midway State Park. Now this historic amusement park opened in 1898 and features all sorts of historical rides, attractions, and things to do for an amusement park and a state park. And today we are doing a walkthrough of this park. And we're going to be going around in quite of an order. Now, there isn't much people around right now because the rides are closed from 2:30 to 3 o'clock Eastern every day for the people to give a break and for an annual safety inspection. So the Midways aren't going to be as crowded. There are several entrances into Midway State Park with these parking lots right here. Now, parking and admission are free at Midway State Park. So you can walk in as you please. And if you want to ride, wristbands are $15. We'll get you on everything. If you like to do the go-karts and the mini golf, they are $5 each as upcharge attractions. Right over here is the main ticket booth where you can purchase your wristbands or individual ride tickets. And we have a couple rides here, such as the roadway cars, which is very reminiscent of the auto race at Kennywood, which is a miniature car ride exclusively for children. These hand cars here, if you're familiar with Little Toot at Waldemere, this is a scaled down version in an oval shape. The tugboat paddlers right here is a mini boat ride where little kids can ride around in paddle boats. We're just gonna walk around, probably around to the big rides and then circle around Kiddieland and then towards the back of the park. And we're actually gonna go down here to the back of the park. We have some porta potties right there for your restroom needs. And down here would be considered the main Midway, where most of the major attractions are. Right over here is Water Wars, a water balloon fighting game. Those Bread fans might know there used to be one at Waldemere until the 2019 season, which was removed for Whirlwind, the SBF spinner. And we get to the back over here, where we could see our sole roller coaster here, Little Dipper. Now this is one of only 7 Allen Herschel Little Dippers left in operation, the closest one to Erie. So for your coaster enthusiasts, it is a little out of the way, about 45 minutes away, but it is indeed a +1. And right over there in the distance is the putt around, otherwise known as Par. This is an 18-hole mini golf course, fun with some tricky holes and obstacles. It is $5 if you would like to play. Right here is the helicopters, which is a manual power ride where you take the lap bar to race up and down. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a paratrooper ride in that kind of style. And walking around here is the fun slide. Now the fun slide, you take a little sack, walk up the stairs, and go down a quad down that's similar to Lightning Rod. Now the secret that the park has told me is that they use lemon pledge to lubricate the slide to make it go faster. Right over here is the climbing wall, where patrons can climb up a rock climbing wall. This was a pretty difficult one for me because my upper body strength ain't the best, but it was a fun challenge. Right here is Tidal Wave, which is very similar to a rocking tugboat like SS Wally at Waldemere. This ride was never open in my time here at Midway, so we will not be seeing that one. And right over here is another Waldemere classic, the Tilt-A-Whirl. This Tilt-A-Whirl is one of my favorites I have personally ridden. Gives some good spin, relaxation. It's one of these rides that is fun for the entire family. And now we walk to a set of railroad tracks for the train ride. This is a miniature model train ride that takes you around the entire park. It's about a 4-minute trip back and out, where you can see various views of the rides, the mini golf course, New York 430 if you're interested in rural countryland, and much more. And this train ride is included with admission, so you can ride it as you please. The last major ride in this area is the bumper cars. Now these cars are majestic bumper cars, but the idea is similar, but you go around in an oval. This was very similar to how Conneaut Lake Park used to operate their bumper cars in a oval shape. And now we have Kiddieland. And Kiddieland consists of a lot of your smaller rides for children, 54 inches and under, such as Tubs of Fun, which is a spinning tub ride, like a teacup ride. kiddie boats, which can be very similar to the wet boats you can find at Waldameer. The Roto Whip, which is a scaled down version of the classic whip ride you can find at Kennywood. It's a very cute one for kids. And also Skyfighters, which you can find this at Waldameer too, which is a miniature airplane ride. And that's about it for the kiddie rides in this section of the park. And now we're gonna diverge a little bit to the actual state park section of Midway State Park. There's not just rides here, there's plenty of other things to do. There's playgrounds, there's picnic tables, there's everything for your needs. Right there is the bustling playground. Like I said, this is being filmed at 2:30 in the afternoon. So the rides are closed for their second annual inspections throughout the day. So that's where most children and families are. And right over here on the left is the go-kart track. Now this is a pretty fun go-kart track, gasoline powered cars. It is $5 if you like to try it. It is a separate ticket you can purchase at the main ticket booth. I really like these, way too fun. And now we're walking down towards the back section of the park. And right over there is some more picnic tables and some picnic groves where you can have a picnic, lunch. You can bring your own food and drink inside the park, so if you like to have a little outing with your family or friends, you may do so. They are not going to kick you out for this. I mean, it is a state park after all. And this building right here is the home to the carousel. This was added in 1947. It is one of the original rides here that still stands strong today. Love this carousel. And overall, this park gives me a lot of vibes of Conneaut Lake Park in Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania. Those who are familiar with my channel will know the rise and fall of this park I have had over the years. With the demise of Conneaut Lake Park under new owner Todd Joseph in 2021 and 2022, this park has become a new home for me. I have visited this park once in 2018 and from a distance in 2020. But it is finally great to be back here at Midway doing everything we like. And right over here is the arcade. There's all sorts of old school and new school games for you, such as rollerball. Yes, they do have fascination tables, which is awesome, but they're broken down. They have some video games, pinball machines, skee ball, and whatever else you like about old school video games. And the Cyclone is a gift shop, and that's where things are. That's where you get your prizes. Now, come hungry, come hungry. Come hungry, come hungry. And here are some picnic groves. This is the largest picnic pavilion here, called Lakeside, or as I'm gonna call it, Lakeside Grove. And right over here at the back of this section of the park is Chautauqua Lake. Chautauqua Lake is one of the biggest freshwater lakes in the state of New York. Reminds me a lot of Conneaut Lake in a sense, with the Lakeside Beach area, which is very nice. Fantastic views from the I-86 bridge, and also fantastic views down here. And right over here at this section is Fowler's. Fowler's is the only main eatery spot at Midway where you can have a lot of your park favorite foods such as pizza, chicken tenders, burgers, popcorn, hot dogs. But they have some other things such as chocolate frozen bananas, eclairs, and other sort of goodies. And right over here is the Carousel Gift Shop and Museum. And that's the park's gift shop where you can find various history about Midway and other assortment items. They have some pretty cheap shirts too if you like to buy one. And right over here is the restrooms, which is for your own use. And right here is a bit of a marina right next to some neighborhood houses. So again, another flashback to Conneaut Lake Park where you are right in your neighborhood. And the last thing I would like to show you in this video is the park office. Park office is at the way tail end of this park. And there it is. So my history of the park, I first came here in July of 2018. It was a bit of an impromptu trip. I only got to do a couple of the rides here. I did a value pack for $11. And then COVID happened. I visited from a distance in June 2020. And then it's been a 2-year process to get myself back to this place. And I am so glad I am, because I get to see the inner machinations of an amazing amusement park. And this is a truly underrated gem. Like I said, this is about 45 minutes away from Erie, Pennsylvania. So for your coaster enthusiasts doing a little bit of a trip, this is a good stop-by park. You don't necessarily need all day. They have the 1 credit, so it's kind of just a come and go kind of thing. But if you'd like to spend a few hours with your friends or family, you may do so like myself. I'm just here having some fun. So we're gonna walk up to the parking lot, and that's where we're gonna end today's walkthrough of Midway State Park. Do I recommend this place? Absolutely. This is a fun place for everybody to come to. There's lots of attractions. There's some kiddie rides. There's some rides for the entire family. And they have other amenities such as playgrounds, picnic groves, and other amenities. Like I said, this is a state park. So here we are, we're entered back in the park proper. And this is probably where we're gonna end today's video here at Midway State Park. This has been my walkthrough of the little amusement park. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as you will see more videos from Insane Coaster Junkie from Waldameer and beyond. Thank you for visiting Midway State Park in Bumas Point, New York. Have a great day, and we'll see you all in the parks very soon.